Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our subject is school, community and teacher, and the topic is teachers' effectiveness. It is lecture number 24 and I am Sarfaz Ahmed from Department of Education and Psychology. The outlines of lectures are: first of all, we shall study about education, then what is meant by effective teacher, and what are the characteristics of competent and incompetent teacher, and techniques of classroom management. First of all, what is learning? Real learning is the ability to adopt what you know and know how to do and adopt it under an overchanging variety of circumstances. Learning involves far more than thinking. It involves the whole personality, senses, feelings, intuition, beliefs, values, and will. Learning occurs, we are able to gain a mental or physical grasp of the subject, make sense of the subject, event, or feeling by interpreting it into our own words or actions. Learning is a relatively permanent change in behavior due to experience. The definition of learning is the process or experience of gaining knowledge or skills. An example of learning is a student understanding and remembering what they have been taught. Learning is essential to our existence, just like food nourishes our bodies. Information and continued learning nourishes our minds. Today, continuous learning forms a necessary part in acquiring critical thinking skills and discovering new ways of relating to people from different cultures. Learning can be defined in many ways, but most psychologists would agree that it is a relatively permanent change in behavior that results from experience. The three major types of learning described by behavior psychology. Those are classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational learning. Now, what is meant by education? In the creation of sound mind in the sound body, this is saying by Aristotle, is natural, harmonious and progressive development of man's innate power. This is saying by Pestalozzi. Is the manifestation of divine perfection already in man's Mukanda. So education gives us a knowledge of the world around us and changes it into something better. It develops in us a perspective of looking at life. It helps us build opinions and have points of view on things in life. People debate over the subject of whether education is the only thing that gives knowledge. A child gets the education from his experiences outside the school as well as from those within on the basis of these factors. So there are three main types of education, like formal, informal and non-formal. So each of these types is being discussed earlier. So if we define education in simple words, so education is about learning skills and knowledge. It also means helping people to learn how to do things and support them to think about what they learn. Through education, the knowledge of society, country and of the world is passed on from generation to generation. So if we say that what may be the best definition of the education, then we say that education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs and habits. This is a right to education has been recognized by some government and the United Nations. In most regions, education is the compulsory up to a certain age. Why education is the key to success? Because education is the key to success. Education makes us aware of knowledge, skills, ethics that has been there in the world, which we learn as it helps us to the progress and develops further. No doubt that to be successful, hard work is must, but without education, it will not yield any results. Education is a triangular process. It involves the interplay of the educator, the educand, and the social forces. The educator modifies the personality of educand in the light of needs of the educand and society. Then, what is the role of teacher? Carl Rogers says the teacher is a supplementing mother. The term teacher leadership refers to the set of skills demonstrated by teachers who continue to teach students but also have an influence that extend beyond their own classrooms to others within their own schools and elsewhere. Becoming a teacher leader is not a difficult at all, but it requires a few simple behaviors. Be an excellent a teacher as you can be. Identify problems, weaknesses, or opportunities. Create concrete, realistic plans. Do the work. Share your vision and listen. Be a professional always. As a teacher, leader, my impact on the student learning has multiplied by helping and mentoring other teachers in my schools or districts. My knowledge impacts the students in their classes. Being a mentor to other teachers and helping them grow professionally makes teachers' leadership cool. So, a great leader possesses a clear vision, is courteous, has integrity, honesty, humility, and clear focus. So, great leaders help people reach their goals or not afraid to their people that might be better than them and take pride in the accomplishment of those they help along the way. Then we ask that what is meant by effective teacher? First of all, teacher as a teacher as a learner, and teacher sees the situation. Effective teachers strive to motivate and engage all their students in learning rather than simply accepting that some students can't be engaged and are destined to do poorly. They believe every student is capable of achieving success at schools and they do all they can to find ways of making each student successful. Teacher effectiveness and efficiency. Basically, a teacher is effective when she gives her best in teaching and able to make her students learn and master the skills and turn them meaningful, relevant, and applicable in real life situations. Effective teachers are the most important factor contributing to students' achievement. Different research shows that effective teachers are the most important factor contributing to the student achievement. Therefore, it is critical that schools be able to identify effective teachers during the hiring process. An effective teacher is one who is passionate about their subject matter. Students become fully engaged by their teacher's passion toward what they teach. That enthusiasm and high energy sparks an interest in the subject by the students. So, educators have consistently indicated that they need supportive school leadership, engaged community and parents, a safe environment, sufficient facilities, enough time to plan and collaborate, high quality professional development, an atmosphere of trust and respect, effective school improvement learners or teams. Think about your favorite teacher. Then, what are their characteristics? What are the characteristics that they have influenced you? And who was your favorite teacher? If you think about these things, then it means if they are giving you something, then they are effective teachers. From our personal experience, we know that some teachers are much more effective than others. Who are the teachers you remember? Some are really outstanding. They established A favorite classroom atmosphere was sensitive to the needs of students and used a variety of techniques to help you learn. Then we come to the incompetent teachers. Incompetent teachers, they do workmanlike jobs. They left students bored. They are indifferent most of the time. They make students dread. They normally have insensitive. They are cruel in dealing with students. Teacher incompetence is a major issue that faces many school systems, students, and parents. The theory of incompetence states that personality flaws are at the root of an educator's incompetence, and that an incompetent educator is simply not suited to teaching. So, there are some teachers who simply lack motivations. They spend the minimum amount of time necessary to do their job, never arriving early or staying late. They do not challenge their students, are often behind on grading, show videos often, and give free days on the regular basis. Teachers must master a variety of perspectives and strategies and be flexible in their applications. It requires a key ingredients. What are those key ingredients? These are professional knowledge and skills, commitment, and professional growth. A good teacher has qualities that keep students engaged. All that good teachers care about is what they do and why they are doing it. A terrible teacher bores the students in his or her classrooms. Bad teachers have qualities like terrible or boring uh, personalities and or just don't care enough to make a class amazing. So, learning is an individual experience which is going on in a group process in education. And then we see that personality. Sum total of all qualities of person which makes him or her unique. So, this is totally related to the factors related to personality. A brief definition is that personality is made up of the characteristics, patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that make a person unique. In addition to this, personality arises from within the individuals and remains fairly consistent throughout life. And in another word, we can say that personality is the term that describes traits a person shows consistently at different times and in different situations. Likewise, Gordon Allport defined personality as the dynamic organization inside a person of psychophysical systems that create the person characteristics, pattern of behavior, thoughts, and feelings. Then there are some problems, like they may face problem physically, psychologically, emotional, social, and recreational. So these are some problems that being faced by the student. Then we see that what is meant by individual differences, like the difference in interest and aptitudes, differences in needs, and difference in motivations. So individual differences are the more or less enduring psychological characteristics that distinguish one person from another, and this helps to define each person's individuality. Among the most important kinds of individual differences are intelligence, personality, traits, and values. And there are some examples and types of individual differences, like physical differences, difference in intelligence, attitudes, achievements, motor ability, difference in account of sex, racial differences, and differences due to nationality. Now, there are some characteristics of effective teacher. So, what are those characteristics? Like have a sense of humor, make the class interesting, have knowledge of their subjects, explain things clearly, spend time to help students. There are some other characteristics of effective teachers, like they are fair to their students. They treat students like adults. They relate well to the students. They are considerate of the students' feeling. Don't show favoritism towards students. So, top 5 qualities of effective teachers according to the students: the ability to develop relationships with their students. The most frequent response is that the great teacher develops relationship with students, patient, caring, and kind personality, knowledge of learners, dedication to teaching, and engage student in learning. Then characteristics of ineffective teachers, like they remains dull, have a boring class, don't explain things clearly, they show favoritism towards students, and they have a poor attitude, and they expect too much from students. There are some other characteristics of ineffective teachers, like they don't relate to students, they give too much homework, they are too strict, they don't give help or individual attention, and they have lack of control. Then there are some teaching skills. What are those skills? First of all, the verbal skills. In verbal skills, they set introduction, they control their voice, they have different instructional methods. And in non-verbal skills, they have time on tasks, they keep students on task, they plan assigned time and supervise the engaged time, and they remains or keep eye contact with the students. This is a beautiful saying that teachers are not judges, they are supposed to be healers. Children don't learn from words, they learn from actions. Teacher is a bridge between material word and divine. So these are the beautiful words about teachers. There are some important skills of teaching, like always enjoy communicating your understanding to others, have a confidence, have a great organizational skills, work effectively in a groups, be able to deal with the conflict, motivate your students to do their best, empathize with your students, and give feedback. When a child irritates you, the child has cry that only you can help me. I know only this way of communication. You are therefore, we are. We should tell to our students we need them. How to handle classrooms? A teacher should think that the child is not my problem but the opportunity. So effective teacher plans how to handle classrooms. They always remains with preparations. They announce schedules and rules. They always conduct group activities. They show with it. They always explain the clear directions and they give feedback. There are some techniques of classroom managements. What are those techniques? Like model audience behavior, let students help establish guidelines, document rules, avoid punishing the class, encourage initiative, offer praise, use non-verbal communications, hold parties. Moreover, show your students you are with it. Prove that you know. Nip trouble in the bud. Ignore some of the misbehaviors. And always learn to cope with the overlapping situations. Two boys not attending in class, what will you do? Learn how to maintain smoothness and momentum. Always maintain thought of lessons. Rhythm of the student's behavior. Consider their restless organic causes too. Don't be mechanical. Variety of presentations should be there. And how to call attentions, you must know about it. Smooth flow can be habitual. Learn how to maintain smoothness and momentum. Try to keep the whole class involved even when you are dealing with individual students. Keep entire class involved. Minimize misbehavior. Body language and non-verbal behavior. Look at everyone. The art of questioning. Remember that always call attention. Present a matter. Ask a question. Pause, thinking, look at everyone. Pick out someone to answer. Subsequent question in unpredictable order. Then there is some relationship oriented effectiveness like be a guide, be a friend, thought provoking questions, interactions in and outside the class. Give just a minute talk. Be in a group time. How it or crisis the student is experiencing is more important than what is going on in the class that particular day. Respond to their feelings and needs. Be a get along type. Protect from consequences of their behavior. Main reward in teaching is thousands of relationship. You have opportunities to develop. Old students meeting. Friendly relations be maintained to a student who is not doing well in the class. Even those who fail. Treat students as fellow human beings who have feelings. Just effective communications may be through messenger, through message, and through receivers. And be gentle in communication. How? That always use good words. Be a simple and casual talk. Then understand the environment. There are some good body languages. There are some points like role of non-verbal communications. Avoid nervousness. Avoid mannerisms. Etiquette in behaving. Respect other personalities, even a child. Self-awareness and be conscious in social dealing. Keep good body language like be aware about complexes. Seek professional help whenever necessary. Keep intimate relations. Have feedback. Get career guidance. Prepare yourself for the career. Use a self-appealing style of dressing. Prepare in advance for an interview. Love yourself first. Accept your body. Be self-appealing. Keep a punctuality in life. Always remains or keep time management. Memory enhancement. Financial management. Find beauty centers of the body and concentrate on them. This was all about this lecture. Thank you very much. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.